We welcome you back for another edition of our John Jay Senior Spotlight Series. I'm Joey Jarzynka. We are joined alongside senior women's soccer team captain Allie Nembhard. Allie, thank you so much for joining me. How are things going about 30 miles west here in New York City?
They're going great. How about you?
Yeah, so far okay. Thank you very much for taking some time out and talking about your journey through the John Jay sphere and being a team captain for the women's soccer program and having accrued numerous championships. Unfortunately, couldn't get it done a season ago against CCNY. Really, I'm sure has given you a lot of learning lessons for not only on the pitch but also off. Talk about some of those.
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely difficult coming off of freshman year and winning the championship. But I think we just learned to not take anything for granted and just continue to put in the work every day so that we can reach our goals this year and hopefully win another championship.
Well, you look all the way back. We'll take a little bit of a rewind, if you will, and go to the area of which you got here. How did John Jay come about, and how did John Jay women's soccer come about for you?
Yeah, so I think I reached out to Coach Ajani by email, and then I attended a camp, and I met him there, and he was really friendly, and he's one of the main reasons that I wanted to come to John Jay. And when I came on my visit, I spoke to someone from the admissions department, and he told me about all of the different programs that John Jay had. And I really just fell in love with the school and the commitment to justice. And I wanted to live in the city and have have experienced new opportunities and be in a place with a lot of diversity. So I'm really happy with my choice.
Now, my biggest question to you is that did you play soccer growing up, or was this something that, maybe you took on later in life?
Oh, no, I've played soccer since I was probably 4 years old, playing on my club teams and with my high school. And yeah.
Wild stuff, especially from Ada, Michigan, coming over from the Midwest and the and those states over there. So it's really good to have you, obviously, in the John Jay community. But looking more as a whole, you look to what you're here for, and you brought up about College of Criminal Justice, and you chose John Jay because of its, quote, dedication and commitment to justice in all forms of the word. And she also chose it for the diversity and amazing opportunities in the city. That's the exact thing, pretty much what you said verbatim. So now you take a peek, though, at how you've gotten to where you are today and some of the internships and some of the steps to eventually get to where you want to get to. We'll start off with last summer, rather. You took part in an internship with a nonprofit called Children's Aid NYC. Talk about your experience there and how that really took shape.
Yes, so that was actually all of last school year. So I did a 300-hour internship with Children's Aid, and I was working on the development team, specifically with the events. So I did a lot of fundraising and soliciting donations. It's a pretty large organization that focuses on providing resources and support to underserved communities throughout the city. And it was a really great experience. I learned a lot.
So in addition to some of those things that you've learned, how do you best feel that this would be good for what you want to do moving forward?
Yeah, so I'm interested in advocacy and activism, and that's one of the things that drew me to John Jay. And working with a large nonprofit helped me to kind of see all that goes on behind the scenes and how important it is to develop relationships with donors so that the crucial programs that we provide have the financial support.
What were some of the tasks that you were tasked with during this internship?
So one of the main things that I focused on was for the Children's Aid benefit. which ended up raising over $2 million for the programs, which was
Wow.
awesome. And I focused a lot on developing and cultivating the relationships with our donors and doing auction solicitation so that we could get different goods and high-end products so that people coming to support at the benefit would be able to bid on those and raise money. I also worked on the social media and some of the graphics for that. And I worked with the two other large events, which are the marathon team Children's Aid, and just kind of organizing those runners so they could meet their fundraising goals and supporting them on the race day. And then finally, the Children's Aid Golf Classic last spring.
With this internship, John Jay recognized you for the Field Practicum Star Award that was presented by President Carol Mason. Talk about being honored by the school that you're at, because, a lot of people, they take internships and, there's not a lot of folks that they get the, well, glad you're doing an internship, but to receive an award for what you're doing specifically must feel really, it must feel really good, a sense of gratitude, if you will.
Yeah, for sure. Especially working with such a large organization and kind of doing not as much of the front-facing work. Sometimes it feels like maybe you could go unnoticed, but being recognized was really special. And I'm glad that my supervisors recommended me for the award.
So we spoke obviously about the summer a year ago, but now this past summer, 2024, talk about some of the things that you were doing there. You had brought up to me that you were not taking part in an internship this year. So what was it that kept you busy in 2024 summer?
Yeah, so I started working at another nonprofit called New York Roadrunners. It was it's kind of a fun thing. I get to go and be there on race day and pass out the bibs. It's really early shifts, but I'm working directly with people. It's a lot of fun, and it's something that I'm able to continue to do throughout the season and hopefully through the next year. So I've enjoyed it so far.
Well, now my next question to you, or kind of a follow-up to that, is you brought up how it's, early shifts or whatnot. Are you an early riser? Are you a nighttime person? What are you?
I've gotten used to the early mornings for sure, especially with soccer. Waking up early and doing the commute every morning for practice. It's definitely a good way to start the day, though. I would much rather do it in the morning than throughout the day. So I've definitely gotten used to it.
Allie, this school year, you had mentioned off camera that you're working as a peer mentor to students in the honors program at John Jay College of Criminal Justice. To be able to work with someone, or rather with students in the high honors program, and to be able to mentor them, what does that mean to you to be able to kind of give back to the John Jay community?
It's really important to me, and I was kind of inspired to do it because of my peer mentors that I had when I came to John Jay. They just always made me feel welcome, and I'm excited to give that back to my peers and just support them. For some of them transitioning to living in New York City like I had to do, and also just making them aware of all the resources and support that John Jay and the honors program provides.
Well, we cannot thank you enough for coming on here to discuss your life journey through John Jay. And we really hope that not only you'll be a part of the John Jay alumni community, but we hope that everything goes well moving forward. But before we let you go, though, you've got a couple of matches coming up in the next few days. Obviously you guys had already partaken against Penn State Abington. What do you look forward to down the stretch, and kind of what's your message to the team the rest of the season? You've had a few solid victories to start things off.
Yeah, I just want us to all stay focused and appreciate every moment, especially for me being my last year. I definitely want to take advantage of everything and just remind everyone to keep working as a team and keep up the positive energy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Allie Nembhard, senior captain, defender from women's soccer. Allie, thank you so much for joining us here on another edition of Senior Spotlight. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to log on to johnjathletics.com/watch, aka the Bloodhounds Sports Network, for all of your senior spotlight needs. For Allie Nembhard, I'm Joey Jarzynka. We'll see you next time.